Now, with our new series, The Fix in 26, data released yesterday showed a slowdown in job growth last year amid a slew of layoffs. So here with what you need to know about scoring a new job or keeping the one you have is Emily Durham, a former job recruiter with insider tips on what works and what doesn't. Emily, thank you for being here. This must be on the minds of so many Americans. So what are some key strategies for job seekers in the current market?
So I have three. The first is we need to be networking, but with the right people. Stop reaching out to recruiters. They're inundated with messages. Instead, let's go to decision makers like leadership and managers. Let's also go to niche networking events. No more career fairs, okay? Let's get in-house niche industry events. You can Google those, lots on Eventbrite to check those out. And I'm a big believer in being a LinkedIn influencer. Don't be scared to share and repost. Make sure people know your name because you're active online.
Oh, that's so smart. And part of that is really getting rid of all of these like old strategies that we used to have, bringing new things in. So what are your lists of don'ts?
I am personally over customizing a resume. It is happening because people are able to do it at a high volume with AI, so it no longer means anything. I no longer am advising you reach out to recruiters. They're not responding, my friends. And I'm also just a big believer, again, in that strategic networking piece is a really, really big one. And I also think this is just the time to ditch the high volume applications because, again, they're not getting opened at the same rate. Let's focus on networking.
Okay, so less is more almost, and putting that energy into it. So moving on to keeping a job, with so many layoffs in the news, what's your advice here?
First of all, be gentle with yourself because this is a really difficult time. I'm a big believer in the 10% rule. You need to ask yourself, what does my employer lose if they lose me as a person? I think 10% of your work week needs to be spent on highly visible work, so the stuff your boss is going to hear about, or the stuff that's slightly outside of the scope of your job that gives you a little razzle-dazzle. Maybe you lean into an employee resource group. Maybe you mentor someone. That's the stuff that helps you stick around. And also, be an office celebrity. Be the person people want to work with, they admire. Have that personality and small talk with the right people when you're in person, especially.
What I hear you say is that your biggest tip is connection, human connection, right?
Yes, in the age of AI, the only thing that's setting us apart is the ability to have relationships. That's really it.
You narrowed that down so perfectly and poignantly. In the world of AI, human connection is what we've got. Emily, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.